Hello everyone, and thanks so much for joining me here today, and welcome to day 6 of Vlogmas. Today I wanted to tell you about my top frugal DIY Christmas gift ideas. Before I get into it, I just wanted to say that for any edibles that I might give out, I usually only give them to close family and friends because I know that they will eat them. Personally, people that don't know you or don't know what your house is like or how clean you are, that type of thing, they might just throw your goodies away, and then it really isn't worth giving them anything edible. So I really do just try. I actually only give to my family and really close friends, and then I know that they will actually enjoy it. So let's get started. The first one is bath bombs. This has been a huge hit with my family and friends. Last year I made a whole ton of them and gave them to everyone, from people in my church, my friends and family, all the women in my life, and they all absolutely love them, and they asked me to make them more. So that one is definitely a crowd pleaser, and I basically just use silicone muffin things that you can fill, as well as a plastic ornament that opened and closed. I used that as well to make round ones. Number 2 is ornaments. Any kind of ornaments. There are so many DIY on ornaments. You can make them out of, sticks, out of popsicle sticks, of reused fabrics, all kinds of stuff. Ornaments have also, I made toilet paper ornaments, and I gave those out one year, and people still put them on their trees now. So that is definitely a great one to give. Number 3, another great idea is sugar scrubs. Every time I've ever given anyone these, I've always had the best feedback. And again, they've asked for more. So definitely a sugar scrub. Number 4 are mug carpets. I know it sounds kind of silly, but this is a prototype that I've made. It's basically a cozy for mugs. I still have to iron this one out, and I did this one by hand. And I just used some fabric that I had, and this is just felt that I had in my craft supplies. And then I'm just going to iron it out. I would like to use the crisscross pattern next time, I think, and I think that would make it look a little bit more cooler. And you can use any old pillowcases to do this. You can use extra fabric from another project if you are a sewer. You can use anything that has this cottony feel to it. And make about 2 to give away, and then they're great for mugs because it's so flat, they don't tip over, and they're large enough to cover a large mug. And number 5 is mug cozies. Pretty much everyone nowadays gets coffees on the go, and instead of using those ones that they give you, you can bring your own that is reusable, I should say, and everybody likes getting these as well. There's so many different patterns that you could get online. I used an old sweater to make mine last year, and they were very well received, and again, people are still using them all through the year. It doesn't have to just be in the cold weather, but yes, definitely those, I guess they're not really for mugs, but they're to-go cozies for the around the to-go cups. Number 6, cookies or brownies in a jar. And what I mean by that is just by not actual made cookies or brownies, but you could do that too, but I like just putting all the dry ingredients in a jar in layers so it looks really cool, and then you write the recipe, the rest of the recipe on a little note, and you can make another little note to go with that, and make the lid look all pretty and give that as a gift. I've done that many times. And again, it's very well received because a lot of people now are in a fast pace and don't always have time to make homemade cookies. So this is very easy. Just pour in a bowl and add the wet ingredients. And then you can do that for brownies or cookies. And again, there are tons of DIY recipes for those online. Number 7, jams and jellies, homemade jams and jellies. I still have a bunch that I made last year. I didn't make any this year yet. But I have always gotten positive feedback on my jams and jellies. And yeah, just any kind that you can make. I did apple scrap jelly a few years in a row, and also apple butter, which is just basically apples, really thick applesauce, and you add some spices to it. And number 8 is actual butters, but you can whip them with cinnamon, you can whip it with honey, you can whip it with garlic is another favorite, and a little bit of onion and garlic powder. And it tastes really good. It makes a really delicious garlic toast and really easy. And these have always been very much liked as well. You can add a little thing of buns and then your cinnamon butter. And you can add a little bit of sugar or even just honey with the cinnamon so that they don't have to add any sweetener at all. And it tastes so good. You can even do this just for yourself, but I've always gotten compliments on the butters. So that is a great one to give as well. And then they have breakfast for the next day during the holidays. Number 9 is, again, canned goods, but when I say canned goods, I mean like beets or pickles, anything that you might can during the fall. So this is something that you kind of got to plan ahead for. I've done peaches, beets, and pickles are the 3 things that I have canned and given away as gifts. And again, they've always been very well received, so definitely if you are a person who likes to can or wants to try it out, even if you're a beginner, canning is actually quite simple, so don't be scared to try it. Number 10 is vapor rub shower melts. These things are so easy to make, and again, I've only gotten compliments and I've been asked to make more for them. I gave them to my sister and she kept asking for more, so I'll probably do that again this Christmas. And it's basically 3 ingredients: your vapor rub, and then cornstarch and a little bit of water. Again, there are tons of different recipes online, but that's the one that I use right now. And yeah, I just put them in a little pretty jar, make a little pretty note, and then I give that super easy, super cheap, and really well liked. Number 11 is hot chocolate mix. Again, when I send my hot drinks, I just use creamer, like coffee whitener, and then the cocoa, and then I add some sugar. And I can't remember the measurements right now. When I do, I can put them in the description box below, but I just make a nice big jar of that, and then give that as a gift as well, with maybe a mug and some cinnamon sticks in it, and you're good to go. And you can even add like your little mug carpets to go along, and then make it into a really cute little basket. Number 12, of course, baked goods, any kind of baked goods. I never go out and buy special ingredients for baked goods. I stick with sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, ginger snaps, banana bread, pumpkin, whatever I have on hand, that is what I make. I find that the more simple cookies are more well received. When you go out and make all these fancy Christmas cookies, it just gets to be really overwhelming and stressful, and yeah, it just makes everything more difficult for yourself. But then these are always family favorites, so I do stick with the simples and everybody that I've given to have always enjoyed them. Number 13, photo albums. I had mentioned this one a few years ago in a DIY gift guide. But yeah, I just basically used a binder with some paper and some of those sticky sheets, and I put photos in there for my daughter. I've made her photo albums for all our trips. You can make them for your significant other, you can make them for your a family or a really close friend with very special photos that you have. But if you don't have time, to make a photo album or the money, because the photos do cost, but normally it has only cost me less than $10 to make an entire photo album, and they are very special to give. You could just get one very special picture developed and get a nice frame, or make a nice frame get a used frame and then decorate it on your own and give that as a gift. That is always very well received, and I love getting those gifts as well. Number 14 is candles. There's so many DIY easy recipes. I normally stick to beeswax because it's pretty cheap, $10 for a pound. As well, I just reuse old candle wax. There's always about almost an inch left. So I just remelt that and make my own wicks with cotton and melted wax, and reuse old candle jars that I already have saved. I use teacups. Any little container that you have is good enough to make a candle in. You can pretty much make candles in anything. So, and again, there are like hundreds, if not thousands, of DIYs on the internet already. And number 15, last but not least, plants. From clippings of your own plants. I have pretty much every single one of my plants has been a gift from a clipping from someone else that they have given me. And I love getting little clippings of plants, and then they grow to be nice big plants, and then I can share with others as well. And this way, if you love plants, you don't have to spend any money on them. Plants are expensive. And that, again, has always been a very well-received gift, too. So those are my 15 DIY gift ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. What are your favorite DIY gifts to give? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you all have a very frugabulous day, and I love you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.